Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Vulcar Fagaloa, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road in the snow. This is our final snow video for this part of 2020. There'll be some more back in December, but not until then because I don't have any other cars recorded. But if they do the April Fool's snow again this year, maybe we can do some then. Struggling to get grip right off the line in this little car, but it's all right because this thing's a champ, and I love this car. And we'll talk about it more in a minute. But first, let's get all the stuff out of the way. Play Will It Off-Road Bingo right now. Pause the video. Stop. Pause. Okay. Of course, now that you paused, you can't hear the rest of the instructions. Unpause. Unpause. Come back. Okay, good. You're back. So, in a minute, pause the video. Click the link in the description down below for Will It Off-Road Bingo and open up that little handy-dandy webpage. Click on Generate New Card and then play along by either clicking or tapping on the appropriate square when things happen in the video. And if you happen to score bingo, then make sure you leave it in the comments down below. And you can also come to the Vainglorious Discord server and brag about your bingo there and criticize the jerk in... Oh, that was Sven. That was Sven. Yeah, that was Spin that hit me. You can criticize that jerk Spin for hitting me, causing me to lose time. Oh, wow. What was, Ruiner's already tore up. But yeah, he caused me to lose time. We were doing a good run, and then Spin's like, boop, you're spinning out mysteriously. Yeah, and of course, you could have heard Spin. That's his new name. Hi, Spin. You look at this thing go. Look at it go! What a champ! It does struggle in a couple other places, but that was amazing. But you could hear Spin later be like, I don't know, you mysteriously spun out at that one corner. In the Will It Off-Road behind the scenes video that goes up for channel supporters. That is available for anybody who is a Twitch subscriber, YouTube member, or Patreon supporter. All of those automatically give you access to the Vainglorious Supporters channel on the Vainglorious Discord server. And that is where I post a link to the behind the scenes video. In my opinion, the better version of Will It Off-Road. And of all the community videos, to be honest. I just feel it's the better because you get to hear all of our banter, all of our witty comments. You get to hear Commander Hobo insult everyone and everything. And, you know, it's just a great ton of fun. So yeah, and if you want to check out the results of all of the vehicles and how they've done, not only in the dry, but in the snow, then there is a link to the spreadsheet down below for that. Yeah, definitely struggling a bit there. Lots of wheel spin, and then it stops again, but then finally, look at it go, man. And I do love this car. First of all, I think it's absolutely beautiful. I've got a special place in my heart for really old Volvos, and especially old Volvo wagons because I'm a car nerd, and car nerds like wagons. It's just a thing that happens. If you're a car nerd, you like wagons. If you don't like wagons, but you're into cars, then you are not a car nerd. You're more of a petrol head or a gearhead, which is fine, but everybody knows it's the car nerds that really know everything. So yeah, so that's all the boring details out of the way. This car's a champ. Granted, it is missing a taillight, thanks to an inconsiderate Dutchman, who we've nicknamed Spin. That's just his new name. I may even change his name in Discord to Spin. And I'll be like, what the hell? And it'll just be our little joke until he watches Will It Off-Road sometime next year. But next week, regular Will It Off-Road resumes with some more Cayo Perico heist vehicles. Check this out. I never imagined this car could make this climb. Got a little tricky, got a little hairy. There was a moment there I thought it wasn't going to make it, but look at it go. It's taking its own sweet time, and it took down a hiker, but we are up in 4 minutes, 22 seconds, so will it off-road? Aw, yeah. Yes, it will. And Not much looks this good off-roading, especially not this much with wood paneling. Rocket over there molesting Spin's car. He had it coming. So on our way back down, I have no idea why that DeLorean is parked over there where it was, like right against the barrier. And this thing has no brakes. I'm going to tell you right now, this was one of the most terrifying controlled descents that I've had in a while. And even though I recorded this well over a year ago, yeah, listening to our Discord conversation, this was a struggle. There were several pucker factor moments, ranging from about a pucker factor 5 all the way up to about a 9.5. I don't think we ever got a full pucker 10, but yeah, it was definitely a bit of a challenge. While that snow is bright and glaring, trying my best to keep my speed up. I think that was Rocket just came tumbling in behind me there in one of the most capable cars, and yet, okay, whatever. But I'm just trying to keep my speed down because these brakes are just no good on this car. And of course, that is amplified by the snowy conditions. Wow, that whiteout is really, really harsh. There we go. Now we're back under some cloud cover. And not so bad. But, oh, I thought I was in trouble right here. I really did. I thought that was going to be the end of it. No, it managed to slow down. What's really great about this car is it seems as though Rockstar really wanted it to... really wanted it to pay tribute to its real-life equivalent, Swedish Roots, because you can do the Scandinavian flick with this car and get the back end to step out, but then hold it there. So easy. Like, it's just so easy to do. Sadly, couldn't save this. I just didn't have enough time to slow down. And this whole little run here that we're about to have, I was on the brakes. I am full on the brakes. And just now stopped. And as you can see with the amount of body parts as well as the dots on the map that are right there behind me, I wasn't the only one to miss the turn. A lot of us seem to struggle with that. But gonna go back over here to the trail, pretend like nothing ever happened, and continue on our very merry way. Way too much speed for that. Wound up way off the trail. Remembered, oh yeah, can't go fast, so a lot slower through here. Just not gonna push my luck. But you are gonna do a little Scandinavian flick here in a minute. If you don't know what that is, just Google it. It's not a dirty thing. It's just kind of a snow driving thing. Where basically you can just blip the throttle a little bit, get the back end to step out. There we go. But then modulate the throttle and your steering input and hold the back end out. And it's just, it's really satisfying when you get it right. Because I have no brakes, we're all the way across the highway and down. 3 minutes, 16 seconds. So, as we nearly get run over by a Sand King, and as a beautiful sunset is upon us, let's fling this thing off the side of a mountain. Not a whole lot of power, so not a really good initial jump there. But that's alright. Somebody's way off to the side over there. I don't know who that is. That's Rocket. Wow, he hit hard. Something just flew off the car there, and I've watched this back so many times. It looked like a bumper, but are we missing the bumper? I guess we are missing the front bumper. Okay. I don't think I put that in the description of the damage. And I probably won't remember to. So, yeah, just pretend later on that it says the front bumper is missing. Yeah, we definitely lost the front bumper. But I looked at it earlier, and I'm like, oh, no, the front looks fine. But, yeah, now that I look at it, having seen it just recently, yeah, definitely front bumper. Wow, Rocket's just kind of pushing me there. They're going to give me a nice barrel roll, though, which is kind of sick. But watch how this thing holds on down through a lot of this. Like, yeah, we're kind of doing some weird jumps and everything, but I managed to land it. And then through the rest of this, if I recall correctly, this thing just slides around like it was made for all this. Beautiful move right through that. We're just threading the needle perfectly. Not so much on that tunnel. But I went through that first one just... Sometimes my driving skill really shines. And down to this bumpy, muddy bit, I was expecting this car to just do terrible. But no, it's fine. It does really well. It was actually easy to control. Didn't have nearly enough speed to clear the wood pile. I always try to clear the wood pile, but couldn't do it. And we're down 1 minute, 45 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage on the Fagaloa. And we have most of the lights. Some of the windows are missing. Looks like the doors won't close. And we have some minor body damage and bent wheels. Take a look at our support vehicles there, and lots of damage. Somehow, Wolf is in a completely different car now, but that's going to bring us to our next vehicle. The Canis Kamacho. I figured, you know, we may as well go out with competent off-roader. That's honestly, you know, that's kind of... Again, recorded this over a year ago. I apologize. Again, I know nighttime videos are really hard, especially for those on mobile devices, for you to really see what's going on. But the snow stays around the GTA for such a short amount of time, and we really only get to record on Sundays because that's really the only good day on Sunday afternoons that we can get everybody together. Which, by the way, if you play on PC, we do our daily objectives every single day together. And then Saturday afternoons and Sunday afternoons, we play GTA. On Saturday afternoon, it's for the community live stream. And on Sunday afternoons, it's for daily objectives and Will It Off-Road recording when we actually do it. And if you're a member of the Vainglorious Discord server and you play GTA Online on PC, you're welcome to join us for any of those. We'd be very happy to have you. The Camacho, though, I mean, this is just, other than, you know, not getting too crazy with the throttle, because it does have a slight rear wheel drive bias. It's an all-wheel drive vehicle, but there is a slight rear bias to it. So the back end will try to step out on you. You just got to be a little bit careful with it. Do get myself into a little bit of trouble at one point going up. And I'm getting a lot of wheel spin out of all four wheels. So not able to put all of its power down. Which means it slows down a little bit. And speaking of slowing down, we can look at times for the Fagaloa. I always forget this. It was 5th in the Sports Classics in the snow. Here's where I get in trouble with the Camacho. This cost us about 10 seconds, so you could have had a much better run. But the Fagaloa was 5th in Sports Classics. 10 seconds slower than the Rapid GT can make it up. About 5 seconds faster than the Silvestre. Rapid GT Classic, I should point out. I think I mentioned that. And it was 35th out of 50 overall. It was a half a second slower than the BF Weevil. Who knew? And we'll look at the stats for the Camacho in just a moment once we get up to the top. But needless to say, it does very well despite that one incident that we had. It could have absolutely smashed everything else in the class if it weren't for that. Not that it did poorly against everything else in the class, as we'll see here in just a few seconds. But it could have definitely just demolished everything and maybe even gotten right near the Issy Sport time in the snow, potentially, if it wouldn't have been for that one incident. Coming around our final climb, and we are up to the top of Mount Chiliad, 2 minutes, 44 seconds. So will it off-road in the snow? Of course. I mean, it's in the off-road class, so just look at it. How could it not? That makes it number 1 in off-roads class in the snow, 9 seconds faster than the free crawler. And second overall in the snow, as we do a 3-point turn to begin our controlled descent. But second overall and 13 seconds slower than the Issy Sport. So I think if I wouldn't have had that incident on the way up, I got a little lost right here. Kind of hard to tell where to go at night when everything's covered in snow. But yeah, I think if we wouldn't have had that one incident on the way up, we could have given the Issy Sport a run for its money. Granted, that was also 18 seconds slower than what the Camacho was able to do in dry conditions. So that just shows you how much the snow slows you down. Thought I was in a little bit of trouble there, but I was able to really control it in midair. I was really surprised. I thought I was about to go off the side of the mountain, but somehow, despite the fact that no wheels were on the ground, I got it turned around. And here, I thought I was in trouble again, but no. That was, I mean, when it was happening, it was kind of terrifying. But at the same time, it was also fairly effortless to get it corrected. Kind of had to hop the back end off there just because this thing's so long. It can't really get around the tight bend coming back down. Keeping the speed down, though, because it is a bouncy truck. Not that it has, like, the handling flags that bounces around, but it's because there's a lot of play in the suspension, and so it does bounce a little bit on bumps and jumps. So I'm trying to minimize that as best I can. So you can see right there, the bumping almost put me off the side, and now I'm sideways on the trail. And that was just because when it landed, the front end came back up, so I had no steering input to get me on the proper course. And there you can see the back end kind of came up, almost completely back up off the ground again when it landed. Sadly, can't save it here. Just, I was sliding sideways, and there was just nothing I could do about it. It was just, all four wheels were locking up on me. Even though, well, not locking up, but all four wheels had lost grip, I should say. And because I wasn't on the brakes. And it just slid off the side. Did a little bit of damage, but easy recovery. Somehow there's people already down. My guess is they either fell off the mountain prematurely, or they just gave up and came back down. I don't know. Struggled a little bit to keep it on the trail here, mainly because I'm giving it just way too much gas. Well, I know Hobo was at the top, so he must have had an unfortunate incident coming back down. Definitely overcooked it here. Totally overshot my turn. And gonna try not to repeat that mistake as we come around the last little couple bends here. And we are down for our controlled descent, 2 minutes, 52 seconds. So let's go back up to the top of Mount Chiliad. Oh, you almost landed it, Hobo. Let's go back to the top of Mount Chiliad. Fling this thing off the side and see what type of damage it'll encounter. Got a good run off of there, but then the front clip caught on a rock and it slowed me back down. So we had a lot of momentum, but oh well. And then I couldn't land it on its wheels to get even more speed. And so yeah, so check that out. I don't know how well you saw that, and it just happened again. But as I just accidentally hit my monitor with my pin that I have in my hand. The doors, which I just have the little bar style doors on this, but when they fell off the truck, the game rendered them as full complete painted doors. So the part that fell off was not the part that I have installed on the Camacho at all, which I find kind of hilarious. And man, I would love to have the real world equivalent of this truck. I absolutely love it. Not that I need a pickup truck. I don't need a pickup truck for anything. But then again, I also don't need a 7-passenger SUV, and yet that's what I drive in real life. I am a single, unmarried person. Clearly, I need a 7-passenger car. Definitely struggling a bit in the bumpy bits just because the wheels keep leaving the ground a little bit. Thought I had some speed, but not enough. So we hit the wood pile instead of going over it, but we're down. 1 minute, 22 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage on the Camacho. Most of the lights are gone. The windshield is missing. Commander Hobo being an idiot over there. Most of the, quote, doors gone, hood, bumper damage, tailgate won't close, and there are bent wheels. And we'll take a look at our support vehicles. Note the snowball about to beam Commander Hobo in the side of the head. And one heading my way very soon from Dirty Dirty Santa up there, a.k.a. Spin. But that's going to do it for Will It Off-Road in the snow. Regular Will It Off-Road will resume next week and continue until we've done all the Cayo Perico Heist update vehicles. So, that's going to do it. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.